first thing Ethan Carter felt when he opened his eyes was the cold, sharp, and unforgiving, slicing through the wreckage of the plane like a living thing. His breath hitched as he sat up, the seatbelt cutting into his ribs. Around him, shards of metal gleamed against the blinding white of the snow. The small charter plane was unrecognizable, its sleek fuselage now a crumpled ruin scattered across the mountainside. The silence was unnerving, broken only by the faint howl of the wind. No engines, no voices, just the endless cold, creeping into his bones and numbing his fingers as he struggled to undo the belt restraining him. "Help!" he called, his voice hoarse. "Is anyone there?" A faint sound answered, a groan. Not far from him, a figure stirred, half buried under a collapsed section of the plane. Ethan crawled toward it, slipping on the icy ground. As he pulled back a piece of twisted metal, he saw her. "Hey, are you okay?" "What happened?" she muttered, her voice strained. "The crash," Ethan said, glancing around. "We went down. Do you remember?" She winced, her hand moving to her temple. "Bits and pieces, where are we?" "Somewhere in the mountains. I think we're off course. Way off course." As he helped her sit up, he noticed the sturdy parka she wore and the glint of something metallic peeking out from her inner pocket. She followed his gaze and quickly adjusted her jacket. "What's your name?" he asked. "Sophia," she said curtly. "Sophia Kane. You?" "Ethan Carter." Their brief introduction was cut short by a deep, rumbling crack from above. Ethan looked up just in time to see a sheet of snow begin to slide from the steep incline above them. "Avalanche!" he shouted. Together they scrambled away from the wreckage as the roar of the cascading snow grew deafening. They barely made it to a cluster of boulders before the avalanche thundered past, swallowing the remains of the plane. When the chaos subsided, the wreckage was gone, buried under a sea of white. Sophia leaned against a rock, panting. "That's not good," she said flatly. "No kidding," Ethan replied, his breath visible in the frigid air. He scanned their surroundings, his optimism wavering. They were alone now, in the middle of nowhere, with nothing but the clothes on their backs. "Okay," Ethan said, his voice steadier than he felt. "First things first, we need shelter, and we need to figure out how to signal for help." Sophia's lips pressed into a thin line. "There's more to worry about than that." Ethan frowned. "What do you mean?" Sophia didn't answer right away. Instead, she reached into her pocket and pulled out a small black device, a tracker. "They'll come looking for this," she said, "but not to save us." Ethan stared at her, his mind reeling. Who's they? Sophia's gray eyes hardened. People who don't leave witnesses. Ethan's heart thudded in his chest, the weight of Sophia's words settling over him like the snow. "Wait, what do you mean? Who are these people, and why would they—" "Shh," Sophia hissed, holding up a hand. Her eyes darted to the horizon, scanning the expanse of white for movement. "Lower your voice." Ethan felt the questions bubbling up, but the urgency in her tone stopped him. The wind whistled through the rocks, carrying with it a faint, unfamiliar sound, a mechanical hum. Sophia's expression darkened. "We need to move. Now." "What? Why?" "That tracker," she said, clutching the device tightly, "doesn't just send signals, it receives them. And if I'm right—" She paused, glancing over her shoulder. "They're already looking for us." "Who's they?" Ethan demanded, his voice barely above a whisper now. Sophia turned to him, her jaw set. "Not the rescue team, if that's what you're hoping for."
Thank you for watching. Did you enjoy Haunted in the Storm Episode 1? Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and don't miss Episode 2 coming soon. See you next time.